Lights, camera, action.
Hi guys and welcome back to Innings Insights. So today we'll be talking about India versus South Africa and such a good series win for us. We are winning the series 3-1 and we have went to their home ground and we are winning such a series, and the fourth T20I was not it was a brilliant treat for us to watch because we won by 135 runs, and 135 is a mammoth winning winning runs in terms of T20I. So India's managed to do that. So as always, our uncapped Pandit Kushal is with us. So Kushal, we'll talk about how India paced this innings and how these youngsters, along with some of the experienced campers, went to South Africa and conquered them. Just one match they lose because of that slowness in the pitch, but they have won all three very large victory itself. It was not like neck to neck also. It was like very large victory, and today we saw such a great game and we have won the series. So we'll talk about that. So we'll start with Kushal. Kushal, you saw the innings of as usual. India were put to bat. I think all four times India were put to bat.
No. This time India won the toss.
India won the toss and they chose to bat. So in this series, all four times India batted first. So India was put to bat, and the initial stages only we got to know the aggressive route. Sanju played his part. Abhishek Sharma also played a good cameo kind of role. He was aggressive in the starting. Even he scored around like 200 strike rate or something like that. And after scoring 4 sixes or something, then he fell down. Then that innings from Sanju as well as Tilak Varma both scored a century. I think this is the first time where two batters are scoring century in the same innings. Last video we were talking about two batters scoring century in a series. Where have we watched it before? Now same batters who have scored the century in a particular innings. So that has happened. And curious case about Sanju is he either scores century or zero. It's like that. If he scores.
There is an interesting fact.
Yeah, interesting fact.
It's a weird record for him.
Huh.
Like, he is the batsman who has most number of centuries in a calendar year in T20Is, as well as most number of ducks in a calendar year in T20Is.
That is also there. And all of his centuries came in November only. So that is one more. I think last match.
No, not in November. A couple of months back.
All November only. No, all in the 2 weeks. And
2
one
weeks.
was in Bangladesh.
One was in Bangladesh.
Yeah. So in
like there is another interesting fact. Like 7 centuries were being scored by India in this year.
Okay. In T20.
Starting with Rohit Sharma versus Afghanistan, and after Abhishek Sharma versus Zimbabwe, Sanju versus Bangladesh, and rest of all the 4 versus South Africa.
That is there. So talk about their innings. How well did they do their part? Both Sanju as well as Tilak. Happy obviously, but what did you find that thing where they have done pretty well? As in, can you hear me? Hello? I think there's a network issue with Kushal. So we were talking about it, and even as well as South Africa had a few miscatches here and there when Tilak Varma was playing, as well as Sanju was playing. Their fielding was a little bit poor, as well as but the way Sanju and Tilak. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, the fielding was not up to the mark, but credit to both Sanju and Tilak Varma, the way they played. Tilak was striking at 260 and Sanju is striking at 200, and it was like, what to say? There is nothing to say actually.
Three to watch.
Like the brilliance from Tilak Varma, like how he played all over the ground. Like he was picking the ball from outside off stump and he's putting over to, playing over the square. Like, and to say, I didn't like Markham captaincy today. Like in the last match as well, he kept mid on mid off. He kept mid and mid off and didn't keep long and long off. There was no long and long off for Tilak Varma. There was mid and mid off. Then what should be the delivery? It should be the short length. What they were bowling, slower balls, full length. And Tilak Varma is sitting and is nicely hitting over the mid on for a 6. So even this in today also the same thing got repeated against Simlane.
Hmm.
Simlane and Sapamla. He
Hmm.
scored 2 or 6 over the mid on.
Even
Like
for
even poor,
Coetzee also, he scored the same thing. He
yeah.
sat down and he scored over
But
mid on.
hats off to Kozia
It's
after
like a
that
let-through
Nigel.
for him. Easily was
Yeah.
playing there.
But hats off to Kozia even after the Nigel he came to
Yeah,
bowl
yeah. Hmm.
just for his team. But Tilak Verma is exceptional, like rare talent.
Hmm.
Like we were discussing about him
In the
from
last video, yeah.
past few IPLs, but right now he has shown what he could do.
Hmm.
Maybe he could bat at number 3 in IPL as well.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Even there's
See,
a small, I think it was Surya who told in the interview or for the news article where Tilak came
where
to him.
Kabera after Kabera match where he got out at 20,
Hmm.
like he was playing very well on the in second T20 also.
Hmm.
But the Miller catch was exceptional, and he got dismissed. And after that, he came to his gone to Surya's room, and he told him that I want a fixed spot. Let me play at number 3. Let me express myself. And
Hmm.
Surya gave him the chance, and he scored a century.
Hmm.
And after that, again he scored a century.
Hmm.
And it's like now it's fixed.
Hmm. Now
Most probably it's fixed.
it's a back-to-back century for Tilak as well, so that we have to talk as well as and Sanju second century in this series. So two batters, two centuries, so total four in this centuries in this series itself. So that's a great start for Tilak in a career as well as Sanju to revive his career to bring back that old. We were all talking about Sanju so highly, so now it's his time. He's
Like before this series, like there were some questions about his inclusion, like Tilak Verma's inclusion.
Mhm.
Like, is it necessary his inclusion in South Africa series?
Mhm.
Like, there was couple of 50s earlier, but yeah, he didn't create that much of impact. Like low scores against Ireland,
Mhm.
and even in Asia Cup, in ODI series also he wasn't that
Mhm.
uh, great.
Mhm.
Like not even that good. But today, like in this series, we have seen what he could do.
Mhm.
Like completely different innings like compared to Jonas Centurion
Mhm.
compared to Johannesburg, completely different. With Centurion, it was like a kind of anchor role, and later he got accelerated his innings.
Mhm.
But right now, start to go, he was hitting like
Mhm.
250. Like these players are very rare, very rare. Like
Very rare,
who
yeah.
can anchor the innings and who can play the slow kind of innings and holding one wicket at the other end and later on accelerating the innings. Or
Mhm.
else according to the pitch, they can play at 250 300 from the start itself.
Mhm.
At one point, he looked like he will score the fastest T20 century ever.
Mhm.
Later on, at last part of the it is understandable to get to the century. Both of them got slowed down, and
Mhm.
Marco Jansen also bowled well.
Well, yeah.
And also, Markram would have bought Marco Jansen a little bit earlier.
Mhm.
That's a
Markram
great
bought
mistake.
himself because Kodjia wasn't on the field because he had an eagle and he had to go. So Markram was like, okay, now I am with the bowler shot, so let me just roll my arm up because there is Tilak Varma and off spinner might be a good option, but still, it didn't work.
But he smashed him for 2 back-to-back 6s.
It didn't work out that well. But yeah, since that had happened, so a mammoth total in 284.
283.
83, okay. So 283 is what India had scored. So mammoth total as far as what in T20 is concerned. T20 is concerned 283 is mammoth total. We are glad that India team had reached it. And it was a treat to watch because I think around 19 sixes or 18, I'm not sure about the number, but 17, 18, I'm not
I
sure.
am sure about it.
19,
23 sixers, 23,
23. Okay.
out of which four are from Abhishek Sharma's
Abhishek
bat,
Sharma, yeah.
9 are from Sanju,
Hmm.
other 10 are
And
from
from
Tilak.
Tilak. Okay, so
Tilak.
23 sixes. I think the highest record was 26 from Zimbabwe.
27.
27?
27.
Yeah, from Zimbabwe. But 23,
If we consider among top nations, it
yeah,
would be
top
India versus
nations.
South
Yeah,
Africa.
but yeah, that is a great start as well. So, series win is a very good thing that going away and winning a series is not that easy. We all know.
Last time we drawn the series.
Yeah, that we had talked in the previous. Yeah, with that because of the
First match was
unfortunate.
a washed out due to the rain,
Mm-hmm.
and second one SA won barely. Like because of rain, they won it
Mm-hmm.
because of DLS. In third, we at Johannesburg, we won with a lead of a difference of 106 runs,
Mm-hmm.
courtesy to Surya's century over there.
Mm-hmm. So that is there. So we'll talk about India's bowling, which was very, very peculiar, very different kind of thing. Where just we were playing at the same pitch. I heard
Let
a
me explain
commentator.
you that. let,
Commentators lying there.
DK is telling, I think so. DK or Robin Uthappa.
I think it is Robin Uthappa. DK isn't there.
Robin Uthappa, like India is playing at Wankhede and
Wankhede, yeah.
they are playing at Laila Stadium.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was like, I will like compare with Chinnaswamy. Like India were playing at Chinnaswamy,
Chinnaswamy.
where the SRH and RCB played in last IPL season, and South Africa was batting on the in Chinnaswamy Stadium, where India versus New Zealand test has happened day one.
Yeah.
Like I'll tell you the reason. What happened is, even when Tilak and Sanju were batting at 80s and 90s, like the day, like it was like evening, and it was just 6 o'clock or maybe at South Africa, I think so, maybe kind of like evening, where the lights, floodlights were on,
Okay.
and there is no daylight. During the floodlights, to pick the ball isn't that easy. They struggled. They even two batsmen they struggled. We know even how much they look for century. They were trying to play shots, but they were not able to.
They were not able to
In the
middle it.
previous overs. But coming to South African innings, the ball was swinging because it's a new ball compared to South African innings, Indian innings, and the ball was swinging very well. And on top of that, they were unable to score many boundaries, like only one boundary from Markram, and the shine didn't wear off. The shine didn't wear off because they didn't score any boundaries. The shine didn't wear off, and Arshdeep was getting swing even after fourth over also.
Yeah, that also. Yeah.
That is the reason. After the 7-8 hours, see Stubbs and Miller started hitting. They were scoring runs, but the match is done. Over.
Yeah, already.
When the Clashing got out, it's over.
That's it. So when it started, I think Reese Hendricks got out in that swinging in swinging delivery, as well as Ryan Reckleton. I know you are happy with it. Ryan Reckleton, another low scoring game, so he had a very tough series this time. Another thing to cope up and then learn from it and then bounce back on it. So we know he's a great talent. We'll see how that works on. So Ryan Reckleton got out for Hardik. Leading edge went to Sanju. And then it was 2 wickets in the back-to-back deliveries. It was
back-to-back Markram and Klassen.
Yeah, Markram and Klassen. Markram tried to hit Markram. There is no impact. Nothing.
Yeah.
His stocks
were solo. Maybe I won't be surprised if he gets unsold in IPL auction in the marquee list or else in the batsman list.
The marquee list, no.
He's not in the marquee list, but I'm telling when he comes, maybe he get unsold or maybe picked up a base price, or else in accelerated round he will definitely get picked up.
We'll see. Because I thought it's such a great setup for Markram to prove his worth. At least, okay, 284 is tough. At least score a century, 80, something like that. If it have done, at least that pressure you would have put on India. Oh, still, we forgot about Markram. Even he can turn things up. Then Klassen would have followed. Then Klassen, they could have at least pitched up around 215, 220 mark, and then they would have lost also. At least his stocks would have been high, and even IPL teams would have been like, okay, this guy can bat at least at 4. They can try. But now his stocks are very low.
Apart from Marco and Stubbs and Kozia, other all aren't that impressive. Even Klassen only 1 innings. As per his standards, he should have been more.
Last few innings is not scoring only. So
he's not scoring.
Yeah.
So, and there was a very underrated bowler I would like to share because he's Sipamla.
Yeah, he took that his wicket, no? Surya's wicket twice and
no, he's Similane.
Okay.
Similane. Similane is an all-rounder, but what I have observed is Similane is just bowling. There is no tactics for him. Like he's just bowling straight into the wicket and he get what the wicket. I'm talking about Sipamla. Even last match I have seen it. Like the slower balls were not working against them. So Sipamla, in last match the quick deliveries were not working, and he is the one who bought those off cutters and bowling wide to the batsman, not giving to the room. And at some point and some says he bowled very well, but even as a captain, Markram also didn't provide the feel that he should provide to him, and there was no backing to him. So that could be the reason. But I have seen in bits he bowled well, but he didn't get that many wickets, but he bowled well. In this match also, what happened is in earlier stages, when India were batting, they are getting the movement.
Hmm.
And both Kozia also trying to bowl the slower delivery, Similane also trying to bowl the slower delivery. When Sipamla he came, he also tried to do bowl the slower delivery,
Hmm.
like back of the length.
Hmm.
They are pulling. They are playing the pull shots like both Abhishek Sharma and Sanju Samson. But later on the innings, what he did is that he was bowling slow deliveries in the full length and long on long off is there.
Hmm.
So what had happened is that in Johannesburg the straight boundaries are very large, the
Hmm.
square are very less, and they are scoring to square only. If you have observed both Sanjay and Abhishek,
Hmm.
so what he did is that he is bowling full length deliveries
Hmm.
with the two cutters on slower balls, so
Hmm.
that they might get it longer and long off. But it didn't happen, and now at sometimes Markham kept mid on mid off instead of longer and long off.
Hmm. Hmm.
T20s who will do that unless you are playing on a very bouncy pitches,
Hmm. Hmm.
and someone like Mayank Yadav is bowling to you.
Hmm. That is it. So we saw. So the player of the match was Tilak Varma, as well as the player of the series also went to Tilak Varma.
Most probably.
Yeah, he
It's
got it.
between Varun and Tilak Varma, but
Yeah, I saw
yeah,
it. So Tilak Varma got it as well. So great series
a
for him
great
too.
series for everybody. Like Tilak 280 runs,
Hmm.
average of 140, strike rate of 200 overall.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
a great thing to add on his shoulder as well. So like a player of the series in away series as well. So against South Africa as well. So that is there, and India sending their B team, kind of B team, but it is such a great team. Even South Africa commentators were talking like India's B team has come, but they are equally as good as the India A team as well, because I don't
yeah.
think if Indian A team would have come, I don't think 284 would have been scored because
Indian A team is like Gill, Jaiswal would be the openers.
yeah,
Rest of it will be the same. Like Pant will be there, and rest of will be the same.
yeah,
And
that's
the
true.
bowlers will get changed.
Mm.
Most
Yeah,
of
so
them.
Siraj,
The middle order
Samson,
is same.
yeah.
Rinku, Hardik, and Sky will be the same one,
Mm.
and Akshar too.
So that is such a great series to watch as a
Great
fan.
series.
So we are up
Yeah,
and running for next series in Australia, which is BGT.
Australia.
Yeah, so 22nd Friday we'll start. So congratulate Rohit Sharma first in this video. So he's blessed with a baby boy, and that news Kushal had shared, so I didn't know. So congratulating Rohit Sharma for that, and then there's a rumor that he'll be available for the first test, which is happening. So it's a possibility, and as well as we were talking that it might be a good answer to Sunil Gavaskar. So
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. So uh, good, happy with the series,
pretty much.
pretty much. That
Like
one, if one that thing also would have come now, whitewash, away whitewash. Oh,
away whitewash, it's okay. We have whitewash New Zealand 5-0 in New Zealand
that is it. Yeah,
5 years before.
yeah, yeah.
That's a great achievement.
Uh,
It's okay. Winning the series is okay.
mm,
Like we have accomplished a very great deeds in T20Is in this year. Like
mm,
out of 26, we won 24.
mm,
And apart from that, like if we see about India's squad,
mm,
considering 2026 T20 World Cup, like we don't have any T20s left in this calendar year.
mm.
Upcoming calendar year post June, like there are 5 T20s, something against England and some 3 T20s
When they're
versus
going for test match, I guess.
something
Yeah.
versus Bangladesh or New Zealand. Something is there,
Mm.
and 5 T20s before, just right before T20 World Cup. Like
Against
we have 5 T20s against South Africa and India.
in India. Okay, okay.
There are like something 15 to 20 in between.
Okay. Hmm.
Like 20 at least, I think so, before 15 to 20 between before 2026 World Cup.
Hmm. Hmm.
So right now our senior, like the main players, like if we consider the priority one,
Hmm.
Gill, Jaiswal, Pant, Bumrah, Siraj, Shami, they aren't playing. Shami will come to the squad once again. They aren't playing the this thing. Like Kuldeep Yadav, they are playing this T20 series against even big teams, big teams.
Hmm.
But right now, when they come back for after championship, all these things, the preparation for T20 World Cup for
Hmm.
2026,
Hmm.
they will play each and every series
Hmm.
against the big nations.
Hmm.
So then you can just see the whole 15 number squad. I can name you the same team. Jaiswal will be replacing Abhishek Sharma. Then the opening, I will just leave it to the selectors or whatever. Gill or either Samson. According to me, Samson should play.
Hmm.
But Gill, according to selectors, Gill or either Samson. And at number three, most probably it will be Pant.
Hmm.
We have seen it. At number four, again it's Surya. And the
Hmm.
same order, like Dubey or Rinku will be there.
Hmm.
Maybe Nitish can, if Nitish can play, maybe Dubey won't play.
Hmm.
So mostly Shivam Dubey or Rinku and Hardik, followed by Akshar, Guldeep,
Hmm.
and the other three paces Shami, Siraj, and
Bumrah.
Bumrah. And talking about the other four members, like 15, most probably by the series, mostly Samson or Gill,
Ah.
the one. And I told Rinku or Shivam Dubena. Mostly Shivam or Nitish Reddy will be there in that thing,
Hmm.
as well as maybe Tilak also could be
Tilak
there.
also. Hmm.
And the three reserves will be there.
Hmm.
Like Arshdeep is also there in the squad. So most probably Mukesh Kamath is all this there. Like
Hmm.
just imagine how many players are there.
Yeah.
Like 10 players fighting for the top six.
Hmm.
In the South Africa top six plus Gill,
Hmm.
um, Jaiswal,
Hmm.
Nitish Kumar Reddy, Shivam Dubey. Apart from that, on other side, Rutraj is there, Patidar is there, Jitesh Sharma is there,
They play well in this IPL, no?
Parag is there.
Parag is there. So we'll see. Even
What not?
Dhruv
Two,
Jurel is knocking on the
then
door.
we should sign a petition to send two Indian teams
Two
to
Indian
World Cup,
teams,
like
yeah.
Team A, Team B.
See, sometimes it's a headache if you are having such great players in the bench also. You don't know
Yeah.
who to play. You don't know who will score. It's like a paradox. If you might be like, oh, this guy might play better than him, and you might play, and then you might think, oh,
We might not know.
yeah,
Everyone can play. Everyone has the talent.
everybody has a
In
talent. So we'll see.
T20Is, according to the IPL,
Hmm.
we have so many players. Like we can
I
make
think this IPL will
two
play
or
a
three
major
teams.
part for everybody to decide who goes where and what goes where. So
That's what I
that
was telling
yeah,
in a previous video. Like upcoming years, BCCI should do something because they should send these players to play other
other
leagues.
leagues in other
At
countries
least
also.
they'll get exposure. It will also benefit us because while playing these mega tournaments over there,
Hmm.
our players will get the atmosphere. If any injury occurs, they can get come into it.
Hmm.
Like along with the domestic season, they can play over there. That's what
We'll
I
see.
feel.
We'll see how that goes. So, as we talked about a good series to win, good series to put in our bag as well. So, from losing a test match at home to win a T20I series at away, it's like a change all of a sudden. So, again, from
Yeah.
T20I mode, we are shifting to test mode, which is BGT, and that will start from next Friday, so 22nd November. So it would be a great series, is what we are hoping, and it should be a great series as a cricketing fan, and we hope it is going to be a good series for India as well. We hope, and we heard few of the rumors saying KL Rahul is injured, went for several scans, as well as Sarfaraz Khan is injured, and as well as Virat Kohli had went to several scans is what we heard. So we don't know
Like
how
they were
far.
not rumors; they were exact reports.
Yeah. But I saw
Like
KL Rahul leaving the field as soon as he got
KL Rahul
and
suffered an
Sarfaraz
elbow
also.
injury
Yeah.
as well as Sarfraz, both of them. But
Hmm.
how severe it is, like KL Rahul left the field,
Hmm.
but how many, like what the severity we don't know exactly.
Hmm.
But Sarfraz also we don't know, but anything. But Kohli, they told it's fine,
Hmm.
not that concerning. It's fine.
Hmm. So that is the case of it. So we hope we will get a good series from
Even
BGT.
starting, even before the start of BGT, there are this kind of injuries
Yeah.
happening to the players.
It is happening. So we have to see.
But what I feel is we have good enough backups.
Hmm. Or else we can call some of them also. We have
Call
many.
some of them to Australia.
Yeah. Bowling also. If Shami got a 4 in
Even
Ranji now.
Sai Sudarshan, they can call him to the squad if someone get injured.
Hmm.
If KL Rahul rules out, if they can call out Sai Sudarshan because he's playing very well.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Maybe Dhruv can make into the squad.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
what I feel, Nitish Kumar Reddy is playing over there
Hmm.
in the first test match.
Yeah,
Most probably.
that is what we were talking, because we have to fill that void of getting a pacer all rounder who can fit in the squad because of the fourth seamer which is required in Australian pitches. So we'll see. I think one more Sydney. I think Ashwin might play because of the pitch. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. So that is up for today. We are talking about series India versus South Africa. So 3-1 is the stat line for the whole whole thing, whole T20I.
Again, you were right once again.
I told 3-1.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I remember it very well.
3-1 I said.
3-1 you said.
Strong. What did you say? 4-0.
2-2.
2-2. I
Because last time I said 3-0, it became 0-3. That is why I told 2-2 this time, because anyhow the series will be drawn.
yeah, that I remember. This dialogue I remember. I don't remember I said 3-1. So, but we won. That still that I'm happy. So that is all. That is all for today in this video. So in the next video we'll be talking about the IPL whole auction list is released, and the tough news is Jofra Archer isn't there. So we'll talk about that in the next video. Kushal will be there as well as I will be there. So we'll talk about that in the next video. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you Kushal for sharing your insights, and do comment, like, share and subscribe, and yeah, comment if you have any thoughts or anything to share with us. Feel free to comment. So thank you guys for joining. See you in the next video. Bye.